Welcome. Today's book is The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book is not a manual of financial formulas. It is a study of human behavior around money, how people think, feel, and decide when it comes to wealth, risk, and freedom. The central idea is simple but profound. Financial success depends less on what you know and more on how you behave. Small differences in behavior compound over time. And those differences, repeated for decades, create wildly different outcomes. First idea: people's choices make sense to them. Housel emphasizes that everyone has a unique set of experiences that shape their view of money. Two people with the same facts will behave differently because their pasts are different. That is why financial decisions that look irrational to one person can be perfectly rational to another. Pause and consider your own earliest money memories. They matter. Second idea: luck and risk are real, and they are often invisible. Success stories rarely show the role of luck. Failures rarely show the role of risk. To evaluate outcomes fairly, we must consider both. A single lucky event can make someone look brilliant. A single unlucky event can destroy someone who otherwise made sensible choices. Humility is the appropriate response. Third idea: there is a difference between being rich and being wealthy. Being rich is visible. It is spending, showing, living loudly. Being wealthy is invisible. It is the money you do not spend. True wealth is the freedom and options you create by saving and preserving capital. The book repeatedly points out that wealth you never see matters more than wealth you display. Fourth idea: compounding is the most important force in finance, and it is subtle. Tiny returns multiplied over long horizons produce outsized outcomes. That is why consistency and time are more important than occasional brilliance. What matters is not who earns the highest short-term return, but who survives and stays invested long enough for compounding to work. Fifth idea: saving matters more than you think. You do not need a complicated strategy to do well. A simple habit of saving a meaningful portion of what you earn creates options. Savings give you flexibility, protect you against bad luck, and let you take advantage of opportunities when they appear. Sixth idea: room for error is a central principle. Build buffers into your plans. Assume things will go worse than expected sometimes. Margin of safety, both financial and psychological, preserves you through unpredictable events. Plans that require everything to go exactly right are fragile. Seventh idea: reasonable beats optimal. Chasing a mathematically optimal strategy often produces brittle behavior. Making reasonable decisions that fit your temperament, that you can stick with, often outperforms theoretically optimal approaches you abandon in stress. Personal finance is personal for a reason. Eighth idea: independence and control of your time are ultimate forms of wealth. Housel highlights that being able to do what you want with your time is a core benefit of financial success. Many of the richest people value autonomy more than material displays. Ninth idea: beware of envy and social comparison. Comparing your financial life to others fuels bad decisions. It pushes people to spend to match impressions instead of building real security. A quiet life of financial prudence is often a deeper route to well-being. 10th idea: history is longer and stranger than we expect. Markets and economies are shaped by rare, extreme events. Expect the unexpected. Accept that success is often driven by a few outsized occurrences rather than average small wins alone. Here are practical steps to take from these ideas. 1. Prioritize saving and treat it as a habit, not a calculation. 2. Design your financial life to be robust. Keep margins, emergency funds, and low leverage. 3. Think long-term and respect compounding by staying invested and patient. 4. Make a plan that you can emotionally stick with in good times and bad. 5. Aim for independence. Saving for options and time freedom should be an explicit goal. Closing. The psychology of money reminds us that money is less about math and more about how we behave across years and decades. Wealth is built in the quiet choices, the savings you accumulate, the risks you avoid, the patience you preserve. Practice humility about success and empathy about failure. That mindset, more than any clever strategy, is what leads to long-term financial well-being. Thank you for listening to this summary of The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Take one small step today. Increase your savings rate, add a buffer, or commit to patience, and see how small choices multiply over time. Join me tomorrow for the next book summary.